Hey, Greg, how you doing, buddy? I hope you're having a great night. We are trying something new, and I've got Matt,
Yes.
my test dummy, here as a guest.
Dummy is right.
Crash test dummy. Hey,
Yeah.
Kevin, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Kevin? What's up, my man, Greg?
Hopefully everybody can hear me. And I am still trying to remember some of this stuff. Yeah, we'll do that one. Countdown. I still have my logo. There we go. We already got people signing in. Hey, Aaron
Awesome.
DeLilo. Chris Rosani. I hope I said that right, man. Obviously, we are live, and it is working, though.
Yes. So exciting.
Like I told a lot of you guys, even in last night's live stream, there's a lot of things I'm going to try and start planning to change on this year on my channel, hopefully for the better. And I'm hoping this is one of those things that you're going to be able to see quite frequently. I'll have a lot of my members on as guests and even people that aren't members maybe. But today's guest is Brooks Bricks. You guys may or may not know him. He does have a YouTube channel as well. And feel free to share your link to your channel also, Matt.
All right. Let me pop this open on my phone since I can't comment through the StreamYard thing. 1 second.
And correct me if I'm wrong. You said that Greg has actually live streamed with you as well. Is that correct?
Or actually, Greg's a mod. He can go ahead and post the link for me, Greg, if you wouldn't mind doing
there
that.
You go. Has Greg live streamed with you on your channel? Lego Joe, how you doing?
He absolutely has. It's been fantastic. We've done a few streams now, very chill, just hanging out, talking, and having a good time.
So that means I'm going to have to nab him for one of mine then now is what I'm hearing.
Absolutely.
And thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. Aaron says it's going to be an awesome live stream. That was the one thing I do have to say I missed about Streamlabs or StreamYard, excuse me, is that I can actually highlight people's comments and pop it up on the screen like that.
Yeah, that's a fantastic interactive thing for folks to see that recognition. It is such a great tool.
It is a great tool. I totally agree. And hey, Brickatecture, I should say. I have not seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Again, I don't know if you guys read the title or not. I'm just kind of doing a cleanup, so it's nothing fancy here. Believe it or not, I'm almost done. This is all my, what I call my test cleaning. Just to give you an example, like this was one of the little items that I was working on when I was trying to do the oil jacks. This was one of my test drives. I didn't like it, and I scrapped it. This was something I was doing as a test for a guardrail, and I scrapped it. So that's how a lot of my mess ends up getting created, is a lot of testing and doing stuff, and now I got to pay the piper and put it away.
Greg just linked me in the chat. Thank you, Greg. Much appreciated.
I am doing great, Kyle. How are you, my friend?
Doing fantastic here too, Kyle. Thank you.
And quick question to everybody watching. Do you like the camera angles? Do you want them to change? Do you think it'd be better if I zoomed in on the table? Any input is greatly appreciated. And that's great to hear, Lego Joe. Raymond Diaz says he is from Amarillo, Texas. Amarillo, Texas, I should say. I'm hoping when I finally do the trip, I'm hoping I'm going to try and stop at least 1 or 2 Lego stores in the Houston area, and I will try and post that on my YouTube channel. So if you are, I don't know how far away Amarillo is. I'm not that familiar with Texas, but if you are in Texas, I am going to try and set up some kind of a meet and greet where I'll be there for like an hour or something when I go down.
Lego fans.
And thank you, Aaron. He says the oil jack is really cool, and thank you so much. I appreciate that.
That entire setup was absolutely fantastic.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that. It was, I have to say, it was a bit stressful when I was doing it, but I'm happy with it now that it's done.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, and the fact you revealed, I think it was in one of your last videos where you said what, 220 hours of time you invested in that?
Yep.
That is, I can't even fathom that, knowing that you do the full time job and you commute. That is incredible, man. That is absolutely incredible.
And keep in mind though, because I do try to make sure I remind people of this, the 220 hours just wasn't the Lego. That was also me doing soldering and lighting and the power drives and the supplies and all that stuff too.
Oh, sure, a lot of work you had to put into it, no matter what. Though, still amazing.
Yeah, when I actually sat down and because I honestly didn't think I had that much time invested, and when I honestly sat down and calculated it out, I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, that's a lot, but I think the quality shows. You put your heart into it, heart and soul, and they're going to get, I think, an incredible product that I don't think they could have gotten from most anybody else.
And I appreciate that. That's awesome of you to say.
My pleasure.
Greg, you are free to plug mine and Matt's channel. So no worry about confusion at all. But we are on my stream as well. So I mean, but like I said again, I don't care if you plug Matt at all. He is a guest and he should be plugged as well.
Thank you. I have Greg as a mod for my channel too, and he's got some plugs that he does for me as a routine basis. It's like, which one do I go with?
And Brickitecture says still a lot of hours. Yes, it was a ton of hours, and I tried to talk to my members as much as I could, but I mean I was quite busy. But I tried to stay in communication and show them kind of progress as I was going along in Discord, and I'm sure a lot of them could tell that I was a bit stressed out. Because I was a bit snippy there for a little bit, and it was just, I mean, I was just like, I felt overwhelmed there for quite a little bit.
Oh, but that's bringing some rain.
Thank you so much, Ned. How the heck are you? And thank you so much for that awesome donation. And we'll have to try and get you on as a guest sometime too, Ned.
I'd love to have Ned too if he's willing to do it.
Well, he used to, because when I used to do the meet and greets on Sundays, because Ned's one of my gold members, and so I used to talk to him all the time. So I think he would actually be a really good guest.
Greg says I kid because he threatens to fire me as a mod all the time. I mean, I kind of do. I won't lie.
Well, you know, if he's messing up, you gotta drop the hammer sometime.
You know, if I'm on 2 hours and he throws like one plug in there, I'm like, hey, you're slacking.
And yeah, stress does tend to do that, Kevin. You're absolutely right. As far as the meet and greets, I'm thinking I'm just going to kind of stick with doing guests and stuff for now, Kyle. So I don't know if I'll bring those back or not. I may, but one of the new benefits for gold, and I think that you're still one of my gold members, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing once a month, and I need to get that set up and rolling. A lot of my instructions that I have up on my Rebrickable page, what I thought would be a really awesome thing, and then that way I don't have to worry about trying to set time around, because it's hard to set up times dedicated during the day for the meet and greets. What I was looking at doing though is start doing once a month or one instruction a month free for my gold members. I thought that would be a really good benefit. I know you already have the train station, so that's not something you would want, but figure there might be other instructions some of the gold members might want as a benefit. At least I think that would be a good option anyway.
Well, shout out to Steve Weiser. What's up, Steve? Saying hey.
It's always hard to find good help, Ned. That's awesome. Lego Joe says he's going to be building a highway for his city soon as well. And
fantastic.
You know what? I'm going to shut my mouth because I'm going to make that a surprise. So. Aaron says he just got done working on his lawnmower. It's 30-inch synchronized timing belt. Oh, that's right. You said that yesterday that you had to actually work on that. Oh, you're kidding me. Did you see that, guys? Kyle said the train that he won and assembled and took the pictures and showed us all in Discord, Catzilla jumped on it and destroyed
Oh
it.
no, mega disaster. That's not fun.
No. That's a lot of pieces. I know I dropped mine and had to redo
it. Well, he gets to have all that fun reassembling it once again.
That's one way to look at it.
Right?
I'm surprised I don't see Paul, so he can't say something about how disgusting it still is in here.
Maybe he's driving.
That's possible. I know he just got his car back from the shop, so.
There you go, Greg. Solid plugs. Rebuilds can be fun. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So says Kevin. Yep.
Well, the worst part about a rebuild, or at least in my experience, like I still got 2 sets I need to rebuild over here from last year. I'm that bad, but I dropped 2 of my. I shouldn't say I dropped them. My curtain fell and knocked 2 of my pirate ships down on the ground.
Oh.
And I started to kind of put them together. I got the parts back in a pile and I left them there. And I thought, you know what, I'll get to it at some point.
Kyle says, Catzilla almost went flying, but I will rebuild because we have the technology.
I really miss them old cheesy shows. That was one of my favorites. The Bionic Man.
Bigger and better than before. Exactly. That's right.
Well, if you're going to rebuild it, Kyle, one of the things that I was going to do to mine originally, because you have the door frames for the arched roof, is, let me even show you what I was going to do. Where I know I just had one. This one's tinted, but it'll give you the gist, so to speak. Or nope, that one doesn't have the handle. Need the handle. I was gonna because on old buildings like that with the roofs, they typically will have windows. And let me show you what I was gonna do.
BD Brooks, hey. Welcome.
The Yeti, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, Yeti? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Cats will indeed be cats. All 3 of mine are right here in my build room right now, doing stuff, and I'm hoping they don't knock over anything while I'm on live.
Now I'm hoping I can show you this, or you can see it. I was looking at wanting to do this to the roof, though, so that way you have, because it's on an arch. So as the arch goes this way on the roof, I was going to prop a few windows open.
Cool.
So that was one thing I was looking at originally doing, just to kind of spruce up the appearance of it.
Kyle made her in with $1. Thanks, Kyle.
That is so awesome of you, Kyle. Thank you so much for that awesome donation. And glad to hear you are doing great, the Cajun Yeti.
Hey, Tasman Brooks. What is up, buddy? Good to see you. I've also had Taz join me on a couple streams now, Daryl.
Oh, that's awesome. Taz, he's an awesome dude.
Taz
I did a stream with him. God, I want to say it was probably a year ago.
Yeah, he had me on a few weeks ago to do the, what do you call it? The Taz Gets to Know, like he did with you as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's kind of when we started talking with each other. It's been really fun. In fact, he may join me tomorrow morning.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
When you say may, is it if it's an is, announce it, man.
Well, hopefully he will. I do have my morning stream set for 9 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And as long as Taz doesn't fall asleep, because the time difference is quite significant,
Yeah,
he will in fact be on with me and Greg tomorrow.
that was part of our problem when we tried to get together. Was aligning our time frames.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Taz. No problem at all. Thanks you for hanging out on the channel and supporting and watching as well. No, I'm actually doing pretty good, Kevin. And believe it or not, I have a bunch of bags on the floor, and the reason that the bags are on the floor is where the part goes, I don't have room. So I'm going to have to try and do some reorganizing with this very small pile of that. And then the rest of it's just these 3 bins that are on the floor.
He's making progress, folks. He's getting there.
My ultimate goal is I want all this cleaned up by midday tomorrow because I want to start laying train track.
Oh, heck yeah.
I need to get my electric train actually moving. And that's my goal.
I think all of us would love to see that.
I want my train running this weekend. Even if it kills me.
You're a funny guy, Taz. Funny guy.
Waiting for your check to clear.
Yeah, Cajun has a point too. I've hung out with him and vice versa on some streams too. Cajun's quite a guy. He's very amped up and fun.
Where I know he's doing. Correct me if I'm wrong, the Yeti, and feel free to say something about it in the chat as well. Aren't you doing a 24-hour live stream? I thought it was the 17th, 18th. Correct me if I'm wrong on that time and date.
Sounds right. I'll let him confirm that. Kyle says he wouldn't mind joining on here for the rebuild of the roof, but I'm not a YouTuber. Actually, Kyle, you don't have to be a YouTuber. As long as you can access a web browser like you're watching right now, StreamYard lets pretty much anybody jump on. As long as, like in this case, Daryl's running it, he can send you an invite. It's really easy and straightforward to do.
Give me 1 second, Kyle. If you go to your Discord, there should be an email invitation to you right now. Click on that link. You have to have a camera and a mic.
Yep, Cajun confirmed 24 hours, 17th and 18th. And thank you.
Yeah, it's storming really bad here also, Steve. Which, I mean, you're not that far away from me, so.
I think we're supposed to get what you guys are probably seeing right now tomorrow in my area in New York State.
I don't know how I'm going to do people joining the streams, Lego Joe, but right now I'm just letting my current members get on is what I'm doing.
Taz is a jokester.
But did I miss something?
He commented to Greg, I forgot to ask if you're going right for appearing on Matt's stream. I need to review my race. Greg that does it out of the goodness of his heart.
And that's another awesome thing about having guests now, because I'm hoping Matt can entertain you when I get up and run around like I like to do to put my stuff away.
Mike says, yes, massive lightning and thunder has moved and no more light flickering. Ooh. Taz says, all seriousness, so Matt is awesome and great. But thank you, Taz. I really appreciate that, buddy. Really do. Kevin saying, hey, to Michael Molino. Chris says we're getting rain here in southeast Wisconsin. No snow in Michigan.
No, what Kevin was asking is, are you sorting too, Matt?
A little bit. Just going through a junk container right now, just picking out some stuff while I hang out. We test this out.
You know, depending on who you ask, all Lego's junk.
Some could say that. Absolutely.
Thank you, Destro. I appreciate that.
Hey, Destro. Welcome, welcome. Greg says, I enjoy doing this for you both. Greg's awesome. Had a blast last time with Matt and Greg. Looking forward to Matt's next stream. Thanks, Taz. Thank you. G. Williams, yeah, I'm sleeping down in the basement tonight because of all the rain and wind is coming from my area. Ooh, yikes. Ned says, good night, y'all. Had a 16-hour night. My nap is running out. Ooh, go get some sleep, buddy. Rest up. Who states that? Bless me. Lego is not junk. Haters do. The haters. But people don't understand.
Hey, you know what? I let people call it that because the people that have called it that to me, they also gave me the free bundle of it of their kids.
Oh, Daryl, Taz says that commission job was next level. Well done. Love the detail and lighting was amazing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Aaron says Lego is one of my favorite things of all time. Absolutely. No question.
That's why we're all here.
Yeah. I'm so glad I got myself back into it a couple of years ago. Only regret is I didn't do it sooner.
Well, you would probably have less money if you started it sooner.
Right? Less than I already have now. Cajun says, unfortunately, I have to go for now. The wife wants to watch a movie. Help me. Got to keep the wife happy, Cajun.
Absolutely. Happy wife, happy life, my friend. Take care, buddy.
Have a good evening, man. Enjoy that. Aaron says, have you heard about the new modular for 2022? Absolutely. And in my case,
Oh, go ahead, Matt.
So I saw that come out that morning, and it had me at first glance. It struck me right away as something that you would see kind of like a Caribbean-style Cuban Havana sort of thing. And I'm like, this looks fantastic. It's so different. The style is just so eye-catching. And then they incorporated the whole flat iron style with it too, which I think is a fantastic technique that they did with it. So I'm very excited for it.
That's what I'm crazy about, like you said, because I already have ideas in my head on how you could make that a really awesome looking flat iron building.
Mm-hmm.
And my other big thing with that, or what I love about it, quite simply, is the colors, man. I love the colors. And there's like, it's either 8 or 10 pieces that are in that new light nougat color.
Yes, they come out with a brand new whole palette of that stuff. That's awesome. Very excited for that stuff. I have to admit I had a little bit of a chuckle, and it was rumored, so this wasn't completely new, but the reveal did confirm it, that they are including that little art gallery. And as Daryl well knows, I'm doing a community art gallery project. So when I saw that, it kind of made me chuckle.
It's like, oh, they've been watching your channel.
Maybe. I mean, it's tiny, but I mean, it's a nice little idea, and it's got a couple of cute little builds in there. So I appreciate it for what it is.
No, you are absolutely right on that, Aaron. I personally think you're going to find that this is going to be one of those sets that's going to be very, very difficult to catch. If you don't catch it right away when it first comes out, I think you might end up being one of the people that missed the boat. So if that's a set that you like, I totally agree. it's one of those that you want to jump right onto.
Kevin says, I want to build a flat iron building too. Yeah, I think that would be a really neat technique to see people do. I don't feel confident enough yet in my tech. Very excited to see what they do with and how they do this build and to learn.
Now, I just want to remind you, Kyle, no smoking, no swearing, no anything before I let you come live. No music. And you're in, buddy.
There he is.
Here I am. Hey guys,
Hey, Kyle, how's it going, man?
I'm good. How are you, Matt?
I'm doing very well. Nice to see you.
You too.
Even though you can't see Matt, he's hiding.
Yeah. Yeah, someday I'll have a better arrangement where I can align the cameras better and show myself and all that good stuff.
Well,
Yeah, the grand face reveal.
So I actually got a early Christmas present that I've actually been wanting for a while.
And what's that?
Darth Vader.
Nice. One of the
Vader. Oh, sweet.
Very cool.
My lighting is horrible, but I mean,
And it's coming through just fine, at least how I can see it.
yeah.
Now, what we need to get you into there, Kyle, because I know you like cosplaying due to the fact that you do the reenactment stuff. We
I'm
need to
actually
get
in
you
my coat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
actually
look
you
at
are.
that.
Yeah, there you go. We
That's
need to
cool.
get you a Darth Vader costume, though.
Well, I was actually thinking about coming over to your place, Bevins, and borrowing that Stormtroopers costume.
No.
That sounds like hands off, that's mine.
That's fighting words.
Yeah. So it makes me sad to see it this way, but this is the result of a Catzilla jumping on the roof.
That's still
And the
mostly
roof
intact,
is.
though.
I mean, everything's intact, but yeah.
I was picturing a lot worse when you first told us.
Yeah, well, I mean, she jumped, and then I just finished building it. I get up to go and use the bathroom. As soon as I shut the bathroom door, that's all I heard was that amazing sound of Legos going smash.
Yeah, that sounds like a cat.
Now it's just like, I know exactly what that noise was. I know exactly what just happened.
Who
Yeah,
else was a
okay,
result
that's
of that
true.
recently? Wasn't Ned didn't Ned's cat knock one of his cars or something off a shelf or something recently?
Think so.
Maybe.
I thought it was Ned.
Destro says that's what our cats do. If that's exactly what our cats do.
It is. It really is.
You are absolutely right, Kevin. That is probably one of the worst sounds you can ever hear is the crashing of Lego.
Oh,
Yep.
it's so distinctive too.
There's a reason I don't let my cats in my actual city Lego room. Do not trust them. That door stays shut unless I go in there.
Yeah.
And it's only briefly.
Well, for me, I don't really have a lot of space in where I'm at right now. So it's like my bedroom's my build room / kind of storage area. And of course, cats have free range. So, yeah.
No, I mean I'm pretty fortunate. I don't none of us have what Daryl has, We all long for that.
I wish.
I mean, I am kind of fortunate with the fact that I'm actually using another bedroom that I have in my place as a full out Lego room. I know a lot of folks unfortunately can't do that kind of stuff.
No, I'll be the first to admit I'm spoiled. But it's like I always tell people, It didn't come easy because I did build half of it.
Yeah,
and
you.
I had to save up to get it and all that. So it's something that you want. Just got to work for it.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Black Bonnie says, any tips for a Lego train? Wheels not moving without force and weight on it. I need to push it on. Need to push it or something heavy to get it rolling. Just wondering. To me, what that sounds like is that you probably have. Don't get me wrong. Some trains just bind up, but you probably have some worn out rubber on the wheels of that particular train. You might try and clean that up that way. Beyond that, though, Lego, if you go on the Bricklink website, and I don't remember the number off the top of my head for the part, but what I was going to say, though, is Lego actually used to sell a weighted piece, and you can find them on Bricklink. I don't know that they're exactly cheap, though, but you could do it that way. You could buy lead boat anchor or fishing anchors and fill up like a car or something to give you a little weight for it, too. But the rubber bands, like Kevin just said as well, I really think that's probably your problem. You have some older rubber bands because those things wear out really quickly and they dry out. And when they start drying out, they don't grab.
One thing that it could be too is if there's hair inside where the wheels go.
With cats.
Hey, you never know. I've actually had that similar issue with that, and it was a bunch of hair gunked up in there. So,
Quick shout out to Scott's Blocks. What's up, Scotty? How you doing, buddy?
hey, Scott.
And hey, Scott, and Steve just made a really good point too, because he's got an entire basement, and you guys have all seen his pictures in Discord.
Yep.
So he's got 1,000 square feet of Lego space.
Yep.
Yeah, he has a pretty good space and lots of parts, bins, and storage space too.
He used to be in the Mishlug too, though, so he had a head start on a lot of us.
See, I know you're the culprit. I know you are. Yes. And here's the culprit.
Aw. Hi, Kitty. Kitty say
Speaking of culprits.
Need to read him his 9 lives and tell him it's over.
Yeah.
1,000 square feet.
I was actually on the other night. I think it was right after you ended your stream there, Matt. I went on Discord on the community chat, and who was it? Brick Sarge and Paul came on. And I was showing them some of the uniform and stuff that goes with it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
See, you guys are building stuff, and I really want to start building now.
I'm not building nothing. I'm just trying to get my pigsty cleaned up.
I was actually building earlier tonight before Daryl said, "Hey, do you want to try this out?" I put most of my stuff away. Oh, but since we're on and Daryl's on here, I want to show Daryl one of the cool things, because I'm not sure if he's aware of this or not. One of the cool things that I've done with the tubing that he sent to me, which if Greg wants to plug his site again, this stuff is awesome. This little flex tubing that he got from that company.
Yeah.
Let me get this
Oh God.
building up here. So I showed this the other night in my live stream. I finished everything up here. Oh, one of my cats wants to come and say hi.
Oh, hi, kitty.
So this is the 3rd floor of my office building here. And right here, because I'm an IT nerd, I did a server networking closet. And right up in here, I've got 4 of those little tubes that I cut coming up from the server equipment, going up into the ceiling. It's absolutely perfect for that.
1 second, I want to zoom in for you. Or how do I, let's see, how do I do that again?
You should be able to click on the other person and do it. I think you can do it. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Get this right in focus here. Right in there. Using the technique that you did from the Avengers Tower with all the computers and the servers and stuff. I took that and made a couple of my own, and I've got a couple of the flex tubes in there. nice little data center. I think it looks fantastic. Very happy with it.
Absolutely. That turned out
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, Matt, that really did come out really good.
And I kind of joked about this, I think, maybe in my stream, but also when I did my review video of it afterwards that I just released the other day. What you guys see right here in terms of that setup, the room that's next to my office at work literally has 3 networking server racks the ceiling just like that too. So it literally represents like what's next to my office at work. So I have a special spot for it.
Like I said, that's awesome, man. It really, really looks good. It turned out awesome.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to order a little bit more of this the flex tube from you, Daryl, at some point.
And hey,
I actually-
1 second, Imperial Officer, thank you so much for that $5 donation. And I wanted to make sure that I also said thank you so much, Paul W, for that $5 donation as well. And hey, Dave Morgan, I have not seen you in a while.
Dave Morgan, there's the man. That's the inspiration for my current build. By the design that he shared with me.
Yeah, I might actually order some of that flex tubing from you and integrate it into the train station here.
Yeah, it's honestly it's fantastic. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it any other way, except it's very versatile. It's easy to cut.
Yeah.
It fits through stud pieces like the ones that have the hole in the middle. It's perfect. It really is.
And these are all the colors I have it available in. So I have plenty of it available.
Yeah, I was thinking of putting like some drain pipes on the roof and stuff like that.
Yeah, it would be perfect for any of that stuff. Absolutely, no
Oh, yeah.
question. I know Daryl's done some of that already, but yeah, it's no question perfect.
Well, a bunch of the commission that I just did, the one side, the pipes that come up the side where they got the little hooks in them, that
Yep.
was that stuff. The oil refinery has a bunch of the gray in it, and thought I did something else on the display that had that in it as well.
Matt flexing with the flex tube. Yep, I got a promo that helped Daryl out, get some sales for him.
What? Oh my!
Yeah, I have a ton of that stuff. It's on my website, and I sell it by the foot, Scott.
Mike says, I see dark red masonry brick. Sorry for the drool on the screen. You got it, man. You got it. I had to use some dark red for this build. I haven't used it yet at all in any buildings I've got.
Oh,
Where do you see dark red?
And the office building that I was showing.
Oh. So that I have, I think it's 3 containers of the dark red 1x2s is what I was going to use to try and do a building.
Yeah,
I was
really
gonna
is a
try
nice color. It really is.
I love that and the dark blue. I love that dark blue also.
Yeah, I know he's not with us right now, but I know Dave Beatty actually is a big fan of that one.
My opinion. Oh wow. Joshua Long. Oh, he's talking to somebody else. We said a tornado just touched down. That's not a good thing.
Ooh, that's a scary thing.
Stay safe,
Very
Josiah.
Yeah. Oh, so Bevins, Daryl. Sorry.
Yes.
One of the things that I know you're always talking down about it. The brick stuff lighting.
You're breaking up really bad, Kyle.
Oh boy. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
All right. So I know how you're always talking about brick stuff, how you don't like their lights because they're expensive,
Mm-hmm.
which I do agree with you because they are like insanely expensive. But I figured out how to use them for other things.
Well, that's awesome.
like-
What do you mean when you say other things? I'm assuming non-Lego related.
Yes, I actually have a model cop car.
That's awesome. And like I
Yeah,
said,
it's-
to me, they make a good product. It's just me personally, because of the cost. When you start looking at their competitors, like I've always say, Brick Loot and then Blinky Bricks both. To me, you're much further ahead going with either one of those two.
Yeah.
Big
Well,
fan
like-
of here.
What I did was I dropped the phone.
G. Williams, one of the dark red shouldn't break anymore. That was a big problem for any Lego, and it wasn't just dark red. It was red, dark red, brown, and I thought there was another color that it was affected as well. But it was from 2016 to 2018. Any sets that you had in, at least I think it was that 2-year span.
Yeah.
A little bit earlier because you had the fire brigade when you built that for the first commission.
Yes, in that fire brigade, I had to replace all the tiles on the facade of it because they all snapped on me. But that was a quality control issue that Lego was having there a while back. And as far as I'm aware, don't have any current issues. But if you are having issues with the dark red, it's probably because it was part of that problem bulk lot when they were doing that. But the thing that I always try to make sure that I point out to people, Lego has some of the best customer service I've ever seen in my life. And if you contact them with any broken pieces that you have, they are always happy to send you replacements for free.
Yeah, when I got the Daily Bugle back in June, I had 2 of the 6x10 plates that were bent and mal-shaped.
Mhm.
I got on with them, and within 5 or 10 minutes, they said, "Okay, we're going to send you new ones." And I think I received those from the Bricks and Pieces replacement within, I think, a week or two. It was quick.
Yeah, they were really quick because I complained about it, and what it was, I had a bunch of problems with the Browns, but it's generally within a couple weeks. I mean, they'll generally ship it out the next day, but it usually takes like a week or two before it'll actually get to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good old snail mail.
Well, you guys know that, like, the post office, because they just came out, what was it, like 3 weeks ago, and said that they're going to start making deliveries now are going to be slower. It's going to be the maximum you're going to get a standard delivery envelope or whatever anymore is going to be 5 days, where it used to be as low as 3. And that's something that they've ended. So they're just increasing their delivery times on everything.
Something that I recalled, back to the customer service conversation quick, something that I asked them about when I was on with them is I said, well, why does it take you guys so long to do Bricks and Pieces, regular orders, but I'm going to get this within a week? And they said, we prioritize doing replacement stuff for people.
Oh, okay.
So I think that certainly shows that they do value us, at least in that regard, that they'll fix problems.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to point out, because Scott's Blocks made a really good dad joke. He asked if those broken pieces were part of the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I had to point out the dad joke.
Yep. I'm going to show Michael and Melina here something as soon as I finish this in a second. Mike, look at all this, buddy. This is my extra from my office building. All for me, not for you. Sorry.
Careful, he might make him drool even more.
I'm sure he is.
Oh, no, I didn't think you were complaining, G. Williams. I was just bringing it to light, because a lot of people are not aware of that. There's a lot of people that are actually really new to Lego, and if they see a bad part, it like freaks them out. And like I said, I always like to point it out, as far as the awesome customer service that Lego has, number one, but number two, the time frame of the bad parts. Because I didn't take it as you complaining at all, my friend.
Mike says if I could reach the screen,
I just saw that myself. I thought, oh, really? Remember, I made a video where I did that.
Only a good thing that's not a technology that's available for Mike right now. Probably choke me and take my pieces.
Yeah, I actually surprisingly just came out of my dark years of, just getting back into Lego not that long ago. Bevan's actually, as you know, the one of the biggest sets that I've actually bought was the Grand Emporium.
Hmm.
which honestly is one of my favorite sets. But before that, the only other set that I could say that I had a really fun time building was the train shed from the Lego Systems.
Is that red one that has the doors on the sides that trains can blow
That's
through?
what I was just going to ask the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah,
Nice. That's a cool one. A lot of people have mocked things like that out.
Well, I had actually bought 2 of them and connected both of them, so it's all 4 walls instead of
Hmm.
a slice.
You know what's funny
half built.
is that was one of those sets that I could have easily bought, just like the Santa Fe and a few others. But at that point in time, I was still in my Star Wars phase, and it's like I could kick myself so hard for passing on a lot of those.
Yeah.
Because that's like a really, really deep, really badly want set is that Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, Imperial Officer has a question for you. What's that hat with an X on it?
Oh, this is a forge cap. That back during the Revolutionary War, after a battle, you'd go back to your tents and you camp and you'd wear this, and it's a relaxing hat.
Cool. I certainly was not aware of that. That's pretty neat.
Yes. Well, I mean, all right, hang on.
Stay tuned, folks. Going to show us all of his attire.
Well, no, I'm only going to show one other hat. Oh, God. Which I need both hands for. Because it's on my wig. And I don't like this wig.
And Dylan said, nice outfit.
So they also have cocktails.
So that's more recognizable.
Yes, everyone thinks you would wear it straight like this. Which, I mean, pirates and everything, yeah, maybe. But the British military would wear it like this. So when you hold your musket's going up here, you're not knocking off your hat.
That's cool.
500 for the Santa Fe, worth parting out at this point. Yeah, the way that Lego just appreciates so much is amazing.
And that's why I said that's a real big regret of mine not actually jumping on it when I could have. Because I actually saw it in stores and I was like, oh, that would be kind of neat. And I thought, yeah, but I want my Star Wars.
My biggest regret is losing out on my Metroliner that I had in the late 90s.
Oh.
My parents got rid of all of my stuff after I got out of Lego and went to college and everything. And there went that set along with everything else. And oh my God.
Yeah. My thing is, I wish I started buying the all the modulars.
See, that's where I was lucky because I was already collecting Lego. But again, like I said, I was in my Star Wars phase still.
Yeah.
But when they came out with that first modular building, which is the Cafe Corner, and I do have it.
Lucky.
When I saw that thing, I was like, "Holy crap!" And I had to have it. And I mean, I bought 2 of them, and then I got 2 Green Grocers, and every building. The corner market I only got 1 of. It's really not that great of a set, but I had to have it just because it was a cool building as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
But that Cafe Corner is what actually got me into wanting to make Lego cities, and that's actually kind of what started pulling me away from collecting the Star Wars stuff and started pushing me in towards the Lego more and more heavily.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a great build. And
nothing like rubbing it in, Scott. Really, dude?
Okay, now who's flexing over there, Scotty?
Yeah.
That's like an look at why I got right here.
Yeah, I missed out on the monorails too, so I feel you on that one, man. There's a lot of stuff I screwed up, but the thing is, I did just buy one of the monorails,
Oh yeah,
Recently, I haven't had a chance to build it yet.
Mm.
it is
Oh,
such a
and
cool thing. It really is.
I forgot who asked about my cap, but
Imperial Officer, I think it was.
yes, Imperial Officer. The X is actually my regiment number. So I'm in the 10th Regiment of Foot, so we have 10s. I mean, each button on my coat has a 10 on it.
Cool.
Um,
See,
Yeah.
we're learning tonight about how reenactment stuff works.
Well, it's not even about the reenactment. It's so a lot of the community is we want to try and be historically accurate. And there's the lightsaber.
Scott says I got my flex tape right here. Yeah, you do, man.
uh,
Imperial says, cool, now I know how to put my tri-hats on my blue coats, the ones from the classic Pirates on properly. There you go.
oh, and Matt, one thing I was actually thinking about doing was for my regiment that I'm in, I was actually gonna go on the on Bricklink and buy a bunch of British soldiers from the what is it, the Pirates line,
Right.
and give them out to my regiment so I could bring a little bit of Lego into my reenactment.
Ooh, that could be a potentially expensive proposition depending on where you can get that stuff.
Yes, I mean, I've priced it out a little bit, about $200, but
Ooh. But I mean, that would
you
be pretty
know,
cool.
it is. I mean,
There's my Lego flex.
Ooh, that's a good flex
hey,
too.
I have 3 of them. Bevins, I have 3 of them.
That's an awesome set.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
it is.
regret not being able to get that set.
My favorite that I got, because I have 2 of those, is the Emerald Knight. I love that
Oh,
set
see-
also.
See, that's the set I want.
Well, you're screwed.
Yeah. Unless if I part it out.
Yeah, see, Scott's saying though, Scott's jealous because now he says, "Oh my God, you got 3?"
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yes, I
flexing
have
going on
3
in the
of them.
stream tonight. Everybody's got something.
I have 3 of
There
the
were some really
Merce
amazing
train.
pirate sets as well. You're talking about Williams. You're absolutely right. And Greg was asking, you talking about the set that I just showed? That's the Maersk liner.
Yep, the Mersk.
I love the look of that one because that one feels very realistic.
Yes.
And just having the Maersk on there just makes it seem even more realistic.
That's
Oh, yeah.
so cool. And great color too.
10219.
Oh, look, Kevin. I just bought a bulk lot and found an almost complete Lego Rado set. That's cool.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, those were some awesome sets because I do have some of the old Lego Rado sets.
Yeah, that's a nice
But
one.
mine have been used and played with though.
Do you have the Maersk cargo ship as well, Daryl?
That was something because at the time I was just getting into cities and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, you know what? I don't want it. And I kind of regret not grabbing it. But one of the reasons I didn't get it though is it wasn't minifig scale. And that was what turned me off about it.
Right.
Yep.
But it's still something I kind of look back and think, you dummy.
It's got a classic set from Bricklink that's 4 years older than me. Set 6373. Got it for $51. What is that one?
That's what I was just trying to figure out. Let's see, 6'3".
373.
Like Lomolito is hating on all the flexing red bricks.
I have that set, but mind you, I got that when I was a kid. That's the old Lego Motorcycle Shop set, though, guys. I loved that.
I remember that from my younger years.
That set was freaking awesome.
It is a nice one.
Let's see. Can I share?
You definitely should be able to share your
screen.
Yeah.
Trying to
share like your browser or something.
Scott's saying someone's jelly.
There's a lot of jealous stuff going on here right tonight.
There we go.
Yes, that is a classic. That is a great classic.
I had that set when I was a kid, and I loved it. That was like one of my pride and joy sets there. I loved that set. And there was another set that I loved it too because it had the gray motorcycle, and it was a little red and blue car. And I'll have to put that back together someday. When I say car, it was kind of like a van truck looking thing, but it pulled one of those little motorcycles in gray on the back of it, and it had like a little ramp you could drive the motorcycle up on.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
I'm trying to remember the set number.
I think we have to pull Kyle back in.
Sorry about that, guys. My phone did something weird and it just threw me out of the stream.
G. Williams, real flex would be the 24K gold C3PO. That would be a flex.
Oh, I have that as well. Do you want one?
Go get it and show us.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if I have one. I know that they were giving those away back in the day. The problem is I do have a ton of Lego Star Wars sets that I've never opened, and I could have one in one of those because I forgot what year it was that those were offered.
I think somebody was going through a lot of those things on Bricklink on a live stream a while back, and they got to the gold C3PO, and that was selling for a lot of money.
That's awesome if you did find that.
Yeah.
Same with the Mr. Gold. I want to say I forget what series minifigure it was. Mr. Gold.
I'm
not sure.
I think it was like series 3 or something like that.
Yeah, when they first started doing all the minifig series, I'll be the first to admit I was not that fluent on keeping up with them.
Yeah, I only started collecting stuff with 19. That was the first time I got into everything. So I've been selling a lot. But I try to go back and get random things for Bricklink orders over the last couple of years where I can.
Imperial Officer said he got it without a box, however, and he was born in 88.
Hey, at least you got it, though. That's cool.
Got it with a Crusader Lion minifig in his Bricklink order. That's awesome.
Cool.
Oh, actually.
Sorry.
I totally believe that, G. Williams, because I have come across it myself where I've seen stuff ripped open and you know exactly what they were looking for.
I believe that. I could absolutely believe that.
I'm actually just thinking I need to place a couple Bricklink orders within the next couple days.
Oh, it's so addicting.
Well, no, I'm actually doing a gift from my girlfriend's mother. I'm doing a scene from The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes,
That'll be cool.
I already have all the figures. So
Very cool.
all I gotta do now is do the yellow brick road and the landscaping around it.
Nice.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Make sure you share a picture of that with us, Kyle.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mike Lamolino said that Mr. Gold figure you guys were talking about was Series 10.
Oh, Series 10. Okay.
I have to go look this up.
Yeah, I mean, it got so crazy that people were like making like rip off parts of it and like selling it for like $5,000 and stuff like that.
Oh
that's
yeah, okay, I remember this now. Yep,
Yeah,
only 5,000 of them were produced.
yes.
I didn't realize they were going for that much, and I bet you I don't have one if there were only 5 of them made.
5,000. That's
5,000.
Well,
yeah,
5,000 of them were made.
5,000.
That
Yeah.
makes me want to open some of my boxes now.
Yeah, people were making like fake ones that were like really cheaply made and were selling them for like $2,000 to $5,000.
Won't surprise me. People trying to make a buck.
Yeah.
Oh man, great looking figure though. Very cool. Very cool. Scotty says, "You got a YouTube page, Kyle?"
I do not, Scott. I don't.
Greg says, "Oh man, I was just looking for the solid gold C3PO and fonts article. It says it was 5 made in between 10 and 15K. Yeah, it was. There were very few of them. That's why it's insane.
Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta get going, guys.
No problem, Kyle. Take care, man.
Good to see you,
All right.
dude.
I'll catch you guys later.
Later.
No, with the music, Mike, the music that I'm streaming, I actually pay for it, so that way I can use it. So I'm good with that.
Yep, don't want copyright strikes. Imperial Officer, my Walmart had to put Marvel minifigs behind glass case because of how many were being taken out of packages. I could see that at Walmart, unfortunately.
Yeah, sadly, that is the Walmart way.
Yeah.
Seems. But I can say, fortunately, where I live, they haven't had to get to that point yet. It's very rare when that does occur.
Yeah, I've not really heard anything like that up near me either. I could see it happening, just haven't personally heard of it.
Yeah, if I just drive maybe 20 minutes away north, now that area, they have that stuff behind glass.
G. Williams, you got to get Kyle and Mike on more often, having a blast. Well, if you're talking about me, G. Williams, it would be Matt. But if that's the case, well, I appreciate it.
Didn't we have your name on the?
Yeah, I think you have the banners actually enabled in the bottom of the windows.
I thought I did.
There you go.
There we go. So I thought I had it enabled.
I think you did when we did the first stream and we killed it and we had to set up the other one.
Yeah, that was. At least now it's
John
all
Garrett
set up.
says, hey there. What's up, John Garrett?
How you doing, John Garrett?
Both names start with an M. That's all right. It's easy to mix that up. No problem, G. Williams. No problem. I'm so bad at telling what it is. Yeah, Greg, you have some issues sometimes, buddy.
Are you picking on Greg?
I pick on Greg every day. He loves it.
Hey, Kenneth. Hey, John Garrett. Hello, Allison.
Hello, Allison. Thanks for joining.
You know, what's funny is I don't even remember what some of the stuff I built for.
Ouch. Greg says ouch.
Are you being mean to Greg? Don't be mean to Greg.
It's with love.
Well, Oh, so if it's with love, it's okay to be mean?
Yep.
I'll remember that.
Just found out that on eBay there's a minifigure display thing for $17,500. That is expensive. That's crazy.
Wow. That's insane, man, just for minifigs. When you say it's the display, are you talking about like a store display piece? Because that's crazy. Man, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's getting there.
You can see some desk space.
It's a very, very good feeling.
Aaron says, my Lego Titanic is coming. I need to make some space. You have to make a lot of space, Aaron. That thing is pretty darn big. I don't have it myself, but I saw it at my Lego store I went after it first came out, and I don't think pictures do it justice for how long it is.
That is something I do intend on buying. I was slow at it, but I was still doing my commission job, or I would have it already.
Compound Adventures, hello there. John Garrett says, I love the building part of Lego. It's the story I'm not a fan of. Yeah, I agree with you on that. No, Kyle's back in chat. Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
Garrett says, how big is it? If somebody else in chat,
It's like
knows,
3
feel
feet.
free to-
I thought it was
it's
like
over
3 feet.
Yeah.
I'm not certain on the numbers though.
Width-wise, it's not really that big, but it's the length, as would be expected, I think. Girl Officer, it's something called a Lego 2001 Alien Minifigure International Space Station with frame and Certificate of Authority 1 of 300.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
I definitely have not. Kevin says, starting has its moments. Sometimes I just like to do that. It does have its moments. Mike says, Titanic, I think, said was 4 feet long.
My favorite part, and yeah, you're right, John. It is thin as far as, I mean, I wouldn't say it's thin, but you know, it is thinner. But one of my favorite things that I liked about it, as far as when I saw it on display, is how it actually comes apart into pieces, so you can actually look into the engine room and stuff on it.
Yeah, it's actually kind of modular in a way.
Yep, it splits into, correct me if I'm wrong, 3 different pieces.
I believe so. I mean, for what it is, it's like a nano figure scale kind of thing.
Yeah,
I mean, they've got some neat detailing inside of that.
No, they went all out, and that's a must-have for my wife. That's why I got to get it at some point, if it ever gets in stock anyway. Because they're not letting you do back orders or nothing. It just says out of stock, or I'd already have ordered it.
G. Williams says, I've got a custom Venator Star Destroyer that's 80 centimeters long. Can't imagine what size the Titanic is like. Yeah, it's a big one. And if you've seen folks that have done review streams or review videos on it, just seeing the context of somebody holding it, it's a big thing.
That's what I thought too, Kevin. Like I said, I thought it was about 3 feet. And then Aaron says, we need an iceberg set. I had saw somebody on Instagram. Obviously, it was a joke, mind you, but they actually made a Lego iceberg and then made it look like an actual Lego set where it was in a black box and it has the iceberg and all that.
I think I saw the same thing. That was pretty darn funny.
Yes, I laughed my rear off on that one.
I think people are saying, why can't this be a gift with purchase?
That would have been like the perfect gift with purchase for that set. They probably would have looked at that as being bad taste, though, I guess.
Probably. Scotty says it's not quite nanofig scale. Definitely not minifig, that's for sure.
No.
Kyle says it's the second biggest set, isn't it? I think maybe technically only ruled out or only beaten by the world map, but I don't think the world map counts because it's all just little pieces.
The world map is the largest part count as far as sets. But like you said, it's just those little tiles. So
Let's see, Mike pasted in dimensions here. Height 18 inches, width 7 inches, depth 54 inches. Oh, yeah. That's a big one. Imperial Officer, yeah. Aaron and a Jack and Rose minifigure, Rose on a floating door and Jack on a block of clear bricks. I think that was floating around Instagram too, actually. Correct. Says parts wise, I think the Coliseum still has it. Yeah, I think so. I think that's up there as well. But I thought they said the Titanic slightly beat the Coliseum.
it did have more pieces than the Coliseum, yes.
Oh, this one's a good one. Kevin says one of my favorite spoof sets is a pile of pieces simply called Alderaan. Ouch.
I've seen. Well, it's like I saw one and I laughed my butt off. It was the large minifig hand piece, and it was Darth Vader was giving it, or it was supposed. No, I'm sorry. It was they had it made looking like a set, and it was Luke Skywalker's hand set or whatever the heck it was.
Oh, after being cut off in Empire, yeah. Also, leave quite a large hole in your wallet. Yeah, I think all of us that are in this hobby know that and understand that, though.
What's the most frustrating Lego set to build? Oh, that's a good question.
I think it varies on what each person likes to do. I mean, for me, because I've always been into system, I think I would have a very hard time doing Technic builds, for example.
If you had asked me this years ago, what I would have told you is, and this is because back when I was building sets, we're talking 12 years ago, one of the largest sets I ever got, and I had to build it, was the original Death Star, and it was for my kid for Christmas. And that was back when they did not separate the pieces by bag numbers, and you had just a slew of gray. So
that feels like the 80s, 90s style right there. That's here's all the pieces, you sort them, and you figure it out from the directions.
I think it was busted up into like 3 sections or whatever, like boxes as you pulled them out or something, but it wasn't just 20 pieces in a bag and you could go along that way. It was very mildly broke up.
So Mike has some hard data for us. Titanic has 9,090 pieces. The Coliseum has 9,036.
Oh.
So very close, but Titanic does win.
But I want to say the Titanic is still physically bigger because because of the length.
I'd say Titanic is probably a more fun build just based on how it looks. The Coliseum looks like it would be very repetitive and probably get boring after a while.
Yes. And that's something that I always try to tell everybody. So a lot of people always comment on my large buildings and such, like my skyscrapers. And it's like, oh, wow, it's so awesome. And yeah, they do look cool, but they are very repetitive.
Kyle says, mock builds, I can never get any good ideas. Yeah, it takes time. And getting sets and learning techniques and looking at things certainly helps. Daryl's talked a lot of times about the things that he does going on Pinterest and Instagram and Googling all kinds of things.
But it's not just that either, and that's what I always try to relay to people. When it comes to mock building, number one, yes, build as many sets as you can because, like Matt was just saying, it teaches you a lot of techniques. So I mean, it's a great way to learn things. But the hardest part about mocking, is, especially when you do it like I do, is just having the pieces that you want, because you'll start to build something and you might have something in your head that you want to do, but then when you go to look for the parts, you're like, crap, and then you got to constantly keep rethinking it. So the more parts you can have in your arsenal, in your collection, the easier you'll find mocking becomes as well.
Very true. Very true. Even just for me, where I was 2.5 years ago when I first got in, and I wanted to mock right away. Very limited in what I could do, and it kind of put me down a little bit in terms of trying to think about how to mock, especially just trying to get back into the hobby again. But now, 2.5 years later, and getting all the pab that I have over the last couple of years, and getting some sets and everything, definitely feel a lot better about doing the mock building that I do as well. So I definitely agree with that point.
Nope, that's why I always, because a lot of people will kind of knock themselves when they ask me a question as far as, they're not smart enough to mock or something like that. And it's like, no, you just probably don't have enough Lego yet to really mock with, because it is really hard to mock just building off from the hip when you don't have a lot of pieces at your disposal. And that was one of the things that I always thought was really advantageous in the aspect of I admire people that can build using like Studio, because for me that is the most frustrating thing in the world. But I've seen some awesome creations from people that built it in Studio because they don't have the money to buy the parts, but they have a computer where they can look it up and they can put any part together they want, and they can come up with some amazing stuff.
Yeah, I do have to give props to people that do work in Studio. For me, I can't build that way. I have to be very hands-on, as I think you stated you are, Daryl.
Yep.
But I mean, the people that can visualize abstractly that way and do it just through the screen, that's a great talent to have, and it certainly gives you a lot more creativity in a lot of ways. It just doesn't work in my mind for me.
No, and my biggest frustration, or what I find anytime I have tried to do it, is number one, I'm not the type of person that likes to sit and stare at a computer screen anyway. But my biggest problem that I find is a lot of the techniques that I use, it doesn't allow you to do them that way when you're using Studio. There's different cheats you can use to make things happen. And I know people like, obviously, Paul Roos, Dave Morgan's another one, that have, or that do know a lot of the shortcuts and things that you can force things together. But for me, it's like, I can't do it.
I do like a comment that Greg made a minute or two ago. Set to mock is another good way of doing some stuff. I know Greg is learning some techniques doing that kind of style. I agree with that. Mike says, that is my biggest block on mocks is parts don't have near the pieces you guys do. It's a process, buddy. It's a process. I mean, I have stuff. I have some inventory now, but I have nothing compared to what our friend has behind him. It's all relative.
And that's the thing that because I used to get a lot of people that would say stuff like that to me all the time too, is they wish they could have what I have. And it's like, okay, and I wish everybody could have what I have also. But the thing that I always try to make sure I point out to people is, keep in mind, I have been collecting for 20 years. So that doesn't happen overnight. It does take time.
Craig says that you're one of the master enablers, Matt. Sometimes I try to help.
Yeah, Matt has enabled me in quite a few times, actually.
Admittedly, it's a little selfish because I try to do it and get some VIP points.
Hey, yeah. It's just part of reaping your reward, man.
Exactly.
I don't mind.
And I do appreciate the other folks, and Daryl included, that have purchased from me, so I can reap the benefits of that. Greg has as well, and Nat, I think he took off on that, but he's also been a master enabler, and he's enabled me many times, and I've helped him out. Some great folks that do a lot of that stuff for each other.
Yeah, there's a lot of great people in our, and I keep dropping the same part, in our Discord group. and everybody does try to help each other out as much as they can.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike. I would love to learn studio and a little bit more with it too. It's just, especially because I'm an IT guy and I'm around computers all day, the last thing I want to do is sit at a computer, even though I am right now, and sit there and try to learn something else computer related for hours on end.
Nope, I totally agree, and that's where, because I have tried it on many occasions to try to design something. I'll sit there for about an hour, and I might get just this little piece of something going, and then it's just like, okay, I can't take it anymore.
Kevin says it does get frustrating too, though.
Well, I can imagine.
Angles are really tough and flexible parts too. So it sounds like he's kind of alluding to what you're talking about, Daryl.
Yeah, like I said, if you're not doing straightforward techniques, that was my frustration with it. There is a lot of different things you need to learn in order to. And we need to get Paul on here for a stream sometime now, because I do know that he knows some of those secrets, and he can tell you how he links things and whatever to confuse the program or whatever to make them actually click or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He does struggle trying to get my stuff to work though, and it's like, if you're struggling with it and you're an expert at it, I ain't even trying.
Right. Imperial Officer says, I'm going to eat some dinner, do some language lessons, so bye for now. Stay classy, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. UT463 says, wow, I'm actually catching a live stream. Hello, hello. Kevin says, I'm really inspired by you guys. Yeah, I think there's a lot of inspiration from everybody. Really, really good.
Hey, UT64, long time no see, buddy. I've almost got this table clean, guys.
Look at how productive he can be when he's got some help on a live stream. Greg doing some plugin. Thanks, Greg. G. Williams says, I find that practicing building something in LTD or Studio is best done by creating a build from a set of pictures of someone else's creation. That's how I learned it, and it allows me to build my stuff.
That's a good way to learn.
You could see that. Greg says, community here is very helpful. Absolutely. The best part of it is just all the information exchange and sharing of techniques and builds. No question. I could never have imagined this stuff 20, 25 years ago when I was into it at first.
Well, God, man, I mean, think 25 years ago, did you ever imagine that the internet would become the beast that it is today?
And social media and everything else? No way. I remember doing projects in high school or the library and doing research on Netscape, but nothing like this.
Because that was something I always laughed at my kids about, because they never really had to experience going to a library, getting a card, looking through the card files to find a certain book, and then finally finding it and tracking it down to go try and check it out and realizing that it's not there.
Greg Taz says, Greg, I found that too, mate. Absolutely. No question. I mean, there are folks that cause some issues in the community. I think that's a given, unfortunately, but I think overall most people just all share the love, and it's a great thing. No question.
And something I am shocked about, or at least I haven't noticed it, but I've been running around. I haven't noticed my screen blip once tonight.
No, I think it's honestly been pretty solid.
That's why I was saying, like me and you before we started, I'm wondering if this is actually the better way to stream for me because of my internet. Because with this, I'm actually able to, it's streaming for me. All I'm doing is uploading to them, and then they're spitting it out everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah, I think this is the way that a lot of folks are going now. That's why I chose to go with it too. I think it's worth it. I mean, especially to do things like we're doing now. It just seems to be kind of the wave.
I might have to. I need to learn more about it, but I have to say it is pretty cool. And Kenneth was saying early computer web when a picture took 30 minutes to download. I can remember It probably, well, you know what? I'm going to say it anyway. Who cares? I can remember when you'd see like posters is what I was trying to say, or images of like a topless woman or something. And I can remember what sitting there waiting, and it's like, okay, oh, we're down to the chin. Oh, we got the neck. You know, it's because it would slowly just like load in.
The teases of dial up and okay, come on, it's gonna take another 5 minutes just to see this little part. Yep. Oh, I think you're kind of right on that one, Mike. It's funny watching some of the old game shows and seeing how one of their prizes is always giving guests Encyclopedia Britannicas. Yep, I remember things like that too. And now you never hear about that stuff, ever. And Greg says no jinxing. Oh, G. Williams said, Daryl, is there a way to share mocks with your community? I think Greg can kind of plug how to do that.
You know what? I hate to do this, guys. I just got something. Something's going on with my son. I have to end this abruptly. I will try and be back tomorrow and do some other stuff. Again, I apologize for the abrupt end, but I have to go tend to my kid. Have a good night, and I will see you guys soon.
See you guys.